This is One Fat Boy, and here are my NBA game predictions for April 2nd. Tonight there is 5 games, and I will be going over the spreads and over-unders for each of them. For Charlotte at the 76ers, I'll be leaning towards Charlotte plus 5. I'm going with Charlotte as they've been playing better on a bit of a win streak, just playing better overall as of late. And the Sixers are kind of random in how they play. Like on paper, I think the Sixers should win this, like you're playing at home and you have Embiid and Harden on your team. So that's an advantage in itself. But just the way the Charlotte have been playing, they have want to position themselves better in the playoffs, like in the play-ins, or like just have like better way to get to the playoffs. And the Sixers are just trying to position themselves just towards the tops of the conference. But I think Charlotte have a little bit more to play for than the Sixers right now, so that's why I just give a little bit of an edge for the Hornets, even though on paper the Sixers should win. And if Charlotte are going to stay within plus 5, then we're going to have to score the ball well. So that's why I lean towards an over 231. I can see this going under as well, as the 76ers, they can clamp down. And I've seen Charlotte be held like in the low 100s and in the 90s multiple times this season. So I wouldn't be surprised seeing this going under either. But overall for this game, this is probably a game I'd probably rather bet on players than rather like lines and over-unders. For Cleveland at New York, New York has been playing better, so that's why I've been leaning towards New York plus 2 as Cleveland. I'm not sure if Mobley's back this game, but if he is, like Cleveland has been slumping, so I can't really be trusting Cleveland right now. But I can put a little more faith in the Knicks, but it's still the Knicks, so I'd rather not like bet on them to win or cover spread as of late, or just in general. But as of late, I think compared to Cleveland, I'd lean towards the Knicks. But for the over/under, I would probably lean towards the over 215.5, as the Knicks have been playing faster in the second half of the season, and Cleveland has been scoring. Like their defense isn't as tight, and same with the Knicks defense hasn't been as tight. So that's why I'd lean towards an over 215.5 for this game. Yeah, like out of those two, I'd probably be leaning towards over rather than the spread for this game. Like there's probably kind of a toss-up as both teams aren't playing as hot. For Brooklyn at Atlanta, be leaning towards Brooklyn minus 2.5. So I believe that Durant and Irving should be playing. So taking Brooklyn minus 2.5 seems very reasonable. I'm kind of surprised why this game would be this close. Like if there's some injury I'm missing, but if everyone's playing, especially for Brooklyn, like if everyone's playing for Brooklyn, like it should be an easy win for Brooklyn. Even if you're missing one of them, I think Brooklyn should still win against Atlanta. As Atlanta, they didn't have that second half resurgence for the over/under. It has over and under, but I'd be leaning towards the under in this game. Like if the Milwaukee and Nets couldn't break 240, I don't see why Atlanta and the Nets would break 240. So that's why I'd lean towards an under 241.5, as I think Brooklyn's defense is going to be amping up towards the end of the season, especially in the playoffs. So that's why I'd lean towards an under. For Miami at Chicago, I'd be leaning towards Miami minus 2, even though both teams have been slumping over the past few weeks. I think both are in a little bit of an upturn, but I'd lean towards Miami as their defense is just a little bit more consistent than Chicago. Like you needed like a monster performance from DeRozan or Levine, I think, to take down Miami. I think with how Miami plays defense, it's going to be hard for the Bulls to have monstrous games from either one of those two. So that's why I'd lean towards Miami covering the spread and winning. But I could honestly see Bulls winning too. So this is another one of these games where I'd probably would be taking the spread, which is kind of like most of the day and the past week. Like it's rough choosing these spreads. But over/under, I lean towards an under. Like especially if you see Miami winning this, take the under. If you see the Bulls winning this, take the over. Because Miami's going to win with their defense, Bulls are going to win with their offense. But since I'm leaning towards Miami, I'm about to take the under. For Utah at Golden State, I'm leaning towards Utah minus 1.5. As long as Utah can contain like Poole, Wiggins and Klay Thompson. Like, it's most important to like contain either Thompson or Poole, as both can get hot. But if both of them are hot, you're gonna lose. But if only one of them is hot, like you can beat them. Which that should be the game plan for the Jazz. Like, just keep like their wing players, just make them make tough shots. Like that's what it should come down to. And if Jazz can do that and just like make their shots, Utah should come out with a win. We lean towards over 218.5, as Golden State's offense is not really like very interior, so they shouldn't be affected by Gobert as much as some other teams. So that's why I lean towards an over, and Utah should be able to score on the Warriors' offense. Like, as long as you move the ball around, you have like enough individual play on the Utah to where you can have some ISO and get some baskets that way. And also Gobert should have an easier time getting rebounds, so some offensive rebounds for some easy putback. So that's why I lean towards an over. There's multiple ways for the Jazz to score, and the Golden State offense has ways to play around Gobert. So that's why I'd lean towards an over 218.5. Thank you for watching. As always, have fun watching basketball, bet responsibly, and good luck on your bets. And once again, thank you for watching.